Hello everybody, welcome to Fruits Basket episode 9 anime review, and by God my heart is all I'm going to say. So you remember how like every week I've been saying, you know what, I hate Akito more and more every week. This week might take the absolute biscuit. He is an unlikable. No, that's putting it too mildly. He's something else. I've never hated it. There was so much going on this week. We had good things met with bad things, met with things that seemed to be pretty good again, and then maybe we're going bad again. Like, it's, oh man, I don't know what to think. I know we're like, are we even halfway through the complete story? Probably not, right? People said there'll be like 3 seasons-ish, at least. So, yeah, it means we're almost halfway by that logic. But yeah, there was stuff happening all over the place. It was a really good week. It's a good episode when it gets me to physically say something out loud. I proper went like, oh no, like that, And that's if it can get an actual response out of me, that's a very good thing. Anywho, let's get into the episode proper, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. So we open up with some good. Kyo's basically wondering, he doesn't say it yet, but he's like, oh man, I wonder when it was I started loving Toru. And it's like, duh, that's nice. That's really nice. It would be a shame if someone were to ruin it. We'll get there. But yeah, Shigure comes to get Kyo, as I said, to go, I didn't say, I just said it now. Comes to get Kyo to take him to Akito and everything. Kyo's a bit miffed, because that means Toru's going to be left on her own, and he's kind of figured that's the point. But Toru's very happy for Kyo, because he gets to go and hang out with the other Zodiac. He's been treated like one of the group, basically. So, seeing she's all happy, he can't be too upset. At least in front of her. Like, the second he rounds the corner, he gets this big old scowl on his face, or a frown. When they get there, Yuki is shocked to see him. He's like, are you serious? He actually asked for Kyo? And, basically, Kyo then gets mad because no, everyone's there, no one's hanging out with Toru. Toru's been left alone, basically. So, they can't, he's annoyed at everyone, he's annoyed at himself. Yuki then says basically, hey, it's not like we can defy Akito or anything. Like, not exactly like that, but and then at that point I was like, so I'm starting to think that it's not so much he's the leader, so we gotta follow him, as much as it is, they literally cannot defy him. Like, it's an impossibility. There's a thing later on that sort of comes in with that, but it went from, for me it was like, responsibility, I don't know what you'd call it, like hierarchy system, to, it's literally impossible. Like, they cannot do it. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Kyo again gets mad, by the way, and almost punches Yuki in the face. Very almost. It was like that close to his face, that's very close, Kyo. But he doesn't do it. He just gets annoyed and goes to have a walk. And then Yuki says, we both need to know our place, basically. And I'm like, Yuki, are you a bad guy now? I don't think you are. You're more like Batman at this point. He was stealthily watching over them last week. So yeah, I'm wondering what that's all about. Like, Yuki saying you got to know my thinking is what he is when he said that is he meant our place isn't with Toru, is what I thought he was implying, so to speak. Could be way off on that. That's kind of what I got from it. But yeah, then Kyo goes to Akito's room, and just the sight of him makes my skin crawl, Even before he does anything. Like, I don't like seeing him. And then he does stuff, and I hate him even more. And we're about to get to the hate him even more, so brace yourselves, it's going to be a long one. So I think we learn, Kyo basically made a bet with Akito. We learn what that was in a little bit. Kyo wanted to defy fate, basically. The cat can never defeat the rat, type thing. So, basically, the bet was, if Kyo doesn't defeat Yuki by graduation, which is soon, it's very soon, then he gets locked up forever. So, I feel like the terms of the bet weren't very fair. It was like, yeah, I'll stop calling you a monster, and if you lose, I'll lock you up forever, and with no one allowed to see you. And it's like, I feel like the whole point of a bet is got to be even. Like, that's not even at all. Like, that's pretty bad. But no, like, it puts a whole new spin on it. It's like, okay, so that's why, despite Kyo and Yuki being somewhat friendly, I wouldn't call them best friends, but, you know, they definitely get on better than they did at the beginning. That's why he's still pretty intent on this whole fighting thing. It's because, you know, because he needs it, basically, to keep on living a life. Also, I'm starting to think no matter how much he trains, he can't beat him, because that's just how it's sort of set up, this whole fate thing. And, you know, again, with them unable to defy Akito as well, I feel like there's some sort of, we'll call it a supernatural power type thing, keeping everything in line. And hopefully Toru is the one that can break through that. Or maybe that's what Shigeru's trying to do, is trying to, you know, undo the chains, let them all be truly free or something. Maybe that's me looking super idealistically and like every super happy ending. I hope we get a happy ending, man. I really do. Like, if we don't, I'm gonna be gutted. At least a bit of sweet. If it's sad, then, you know, I'm gonna cry. In fact, if it's happy, no matter what, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's definitely gonna happen. Anyway, Akito then starts saying, "Yeah, you killed your mum. Kyo, you bad, you mother bad man." And yeah, that's not exactly how it went, but basically Kyo's mum committed suicide from the stress of Kyo being the cat, I guess. Honestly, seeing as we never see a proper good look at it, like we see, you know, her going to the training, I'm starting to think someone might have done it, you know? I'm starting to think it might not have been a suicide. Maybe that's me looking at it super... Don't tell me, by the way, comments, don't tell me if you read the manga. I'm starting to think that there's more to this, especially with some stuff, as you know, later on as well. I'm starting to think there's definitely more than meets the eye to this, because considering where Kyo and Yuki have both ended up at the end of this segment, or this, you know, the end, where they are from where they were, if that makes sense, mentally, you know, something's not right here. It doesn't sit right with me. Anyway, yeah, then Akito has these dark worm things, I don't really know what to call them, which they start like wrapping around Kyo, and then the dark worm things, I'm assuming, is the reason they can't defy him, because at this point Kyo like sort of breaks down, he's like starts begging, he's like, please stop what you're saying and all that. So I'm starting to think it's literally a way of forcing his will onto them, forcing them to listen to him, and all that. So hopefully he loses that somehow. Not too sure what that has to do, or how he's got that, because, you know, the Zodiacs are all done, and I don't think there's a worm Zodiac. I'm not an expert. Could be wrong on that. Probably am not wrong. I mean, a worm's a pretty bad animal. No offense, anyone likes worms? Nobody likes worms, do they? I think we're good. Anyway, then after that, he starts calling Toru a monster, because she's too perfect. And I'm like, you damn right she's too perfect. But how dare you call Toru a monster? I will cut you, Akito. I hope he loses a limb. At least one. I know that's super unrealistic for this show, but I would be fine with him losing at least an arm. Maybe even both of them. Because he's really crawled onto my most hated characters in anything ever list. He's up there now, and it's how he's done it. And we're not even done. You know, I've got a feeling there could even be worse things to come. But between everything he's done with Yuki, with Kyo, when he punched Kisa or whatever he did, and the others too, you know, I don't see any redemption for this man. I want him to die a horrible death. Is that a bit mean? Maybe. It's a fictional character though. He deserves it. But yeah. Then Kyo says, because he starts bad-mouthing Toru about when Kyo transformed into the Charizard looking thing. Kyo basically sticks up. He's like, no, how dare you? Toru was scared, but she stayed anyway. She held my hand. It was nice, you know, because she knew I was going to leave if I wouldn't come back, basically, if she didn't hold on. She held on despite everything. And Kyo gets a bit mad. Also, at this point, Akito, I think it was around here, Akito acts like a proper child. He like literally like puts his hands to his ears like that. And I'm like, how old are you, man? I hate him. He's like the most despicable person, but then he throws like temper tantrums like a 10-year-old at some points. proper unlikable. I'm not a fan, but that's the point, you know. I'm not a fan in the sense that I'm not I'm not supposed to like him. Not that I think he's a bad character. I think he's a good character because I hate him. Like, if I've got that much emotion, he's good at his job. It's just his job is being a total asshole. Like my old manager at my old work, but that's besides the point. I had an Akito as a... No, I didn't have quite an Akito as a manager. Akito is something else. If you have an Akito as a manager, you should call the police. But, where was I? I've completely lost it. Yeah, she didn't run away from him and all that. And then Kyo thinks about Toru a lot for all this, and then, like, internally inside, he admits he loves her, and I was like, yes, we're doing it, boy. Kyo is the number one. Kyo wins the war. It's not over yet, but I'm going to say Kyo wins. And it was, man, I was so happy. And then my happiness went to sadness in the space of about 5 minutes. I don't think it was actually that long, though. So, after that little omission, Akito starts making fun of him. Like, he starts like, are you crying? Why are you crying? Wait, you don't love her, do you? And it's like, I hate you. Every time he opens his mouth, I want someone to sew it shut with a staple gun. I know you don't sew things with a staple gun, but that's how much I want it to hurt. Is Akito anyone's favourite character? Because if they are, I question why. Like, are you okay? Like, I don't agree with none of that. But yeah, then Kyo is sort of like, why did he let her live with them? Then he sort of realizes, oh crap, you're using her for something. What that is, that would be pretty helpful. Also, I thought Shigure was using her for something, like separately from Akito. So, what's that about, you know? So is Akito trying to use her and Shigure's trying to use her for some grand plot? I have no idea, but I cannot wait to find out, whenever that may be. Where am I in my notes? Akito then tries to spin it that Kyo is the villain. Proper victim blaming there. He's like, Akito's like, oh, I'm always the villain to you. Maybe you're the villain because you're always around her. I'm like, no, it's you. It's you, Akito. You are the villain. I could settle for Shigure as well. He's getting there, like with his sneakiness. But no, it's you. It's you, Akito. You are the villain. Don't be mean to Kyo. He has nice hair and he wears cool hoodies. And he's just an all-round nice guy. That's it. Probably should have started with that one. But no. Then Kyo says that he'll never fall in love and there's no way he loves her and all that. And then I was like, oh, Kyo, you just accepted it. Why are you going to that? But then he's basically doing it. He's saying this basically so Akito leaves her alone, so he stops bad mouthing her, and I'm just sitting there like, I didn't expect this today, you know. I didn't expect it to take this much of a turn this quick. I expected stuff to happen, not this though, you know. It was oh boy, it was a thing. And then Akito basically says that he'll visit him in confinement and everything. And my last note for this section is just, I hate this man. So that sums it up. That sums up my feelings while I was watching it. I was just like, I hate you. I actually hate you. I'm trying to think of any other examples of a character that I've legitimately, like, proper hated. And I'm really struggling. At least to the Akito level. Like there's like, I don't like you. I dislike you. Both in the, I'm not supposed to like you, and the, I am supposed to like you, but I don't kind of way. But no, Akito is a whole nother, he's just I can't think of a good thing about him. He's a bad person. Anyway, let's get to the final segment because, yeah, we're not done. We're not done yet. Yeah, I know a lot happened. We're nowhere near. Well, I mean, we're not done yet. That's what I'm trying to say. After Kyo leaves, Akito asks Yuki, "Hey, does he really hate Toru?" And Yuki, call it covers. He covers for Kyo. Basically says, "Yeah, probably." And then after Akito leaves, he says, "There's no way that's true. You believe me?" Like to himself. Also, Akito left the water running when he left. I guess that's just another thing we're supposed to hate him for. Because what an asshole! You know, you just leave the water running. You can tell he doesn't pay the water bill because if he did, poor. Also, you know, flooding. That's also a thing that could happen. I think the drain was open though, so it was just the fact that he just left it on. Water bill. Again. Akito. What are you doing, my man? Like, that stuff costs money. Anyway. Kyo then, on his wander home, wonders, on his wander home, yeah, that's right, wonders why his mum didn't kill him back then and everything, and then he looks for Toru when he first gets there, and he has like a little flashback to Shisho. Remember Shisho telling him not to trample a flower because and he wouldn't do it because he hasn't given up hope that not everyone will hate him. But then he does trample the flower, and then Shisho's like, well, if you don't have hope right now, you will have hope at some point, basically. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Toru is the hope. Toru is the hope in this scenario. And yeah, then Kyo again goes to find Toru. And then at the very end, he's like, as many people that will reject you in this world will also accept you. And it's like, that's a really nice, I guess, ending thing to leave on, you know? But we're not done yet, obviously. Then we get more flashbacks from Kyo, and I guess Kyo met Toru's mum as a kid? Because she had a photo of Toru. The lighting kind of didn't make it obvious it was Toru's mum. I'm pretty sure it was Toru's mum. It very much looked like her. So, that was a kind of a thing. And we see young Kyo, he's like stalks Toru, looks through a window, which is kind of weird. Obviously that's not what he was doing, but it's funny to think of it that way. Yeah, I'm trying to inject a little bit of humor because, yeah, Toru finds Kyo, she's building another sand castle or a sand mound, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, then he says my precious a lot, like Gollum. Again, trying to put some humor in here. It's not a thing. Yeah, but no, he tells her he got into a fight. She like rubs his face or whatever. There's some hand holding, which is too lewd for me, so I had to look away. But no, then it's hurting me to say. Kyo basically is like, yeah, I love you, so I won't try and be near you anymore. And I'm like, that was the part I was like, no, come on, Kyo, don't leave Toru alone. So basically, because I'm really upset by this, to be honest. It's got me a little bit. Kyo, he just that's when he said that, when he was like, he wasn't denying that he loved her, but he was like, I can't be with you, and I'm like, oh, I won't hope for that anymore. I'm like, Kyo, please don't do this. Like, this definitely feels like the middle part where everything. It's not like super somber because they've got like new resolutions, the boys, but man, is all I'm gonna say. It's like, it's not the way I wanted it to go. Damn it! I wanted Yuki to be Batman, and I wanted Kyo to get with Toru. I wanted Yuki to take over as the head. That's what I truly wanted, and then Kyo can stay with Toru, and everything works out great. I'm really rooting for Akito to just get his. I hope he's done so much bad things. I can't imagine what could possibly be not worth it, but be, his comeuppance. How much bad karma has he got? Anyway, then yeah, and then at the end he's like, yeah, can you just be with me? He doesn't say it, but he's like, be with me till my last moment. And again, it sounds like he's given up. He knows he's going to be confined now, and I don't agree with it, man. Again, I'm not saying the story's gone bad at all, because, hey, stuff goes, not downhill, but, it's the mood's been brought down a little bit, and because it's about the middle of the story, that makes sense, probably. So, yeah, I think Kyo will end up defeating Yuki at some point. I do start to think now there is definitely a supernatural fate element, so to speak, where it's like, you cannot overturn this decision, you can't defy Akito, it's not a thing you can do. Which I quite like the idea of fighting against destiny and all that. I like stuff like that. So I think if they do bring that up again, further on, I think I'll enjoy this quite a lot. And that was the end of this week's episode. I talked for a long time about this one. I don't actually know how long it's been. It's been a while, so it's been fun though. I said it when season 1 ended. I've said it a few times in here. Surprise of the year. I'd definitely rewatch this with people. I think I could watch this with people that didn't watch anime. I think to me that's a sign of an anime that's really quite good. It's I can watch this with normies, as they're called. So yeah, I'm having a great time with this. by the end, I know I'm going to be in tears, and that's going to be fine because this is 2020. What a year it's been. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.